Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here and welcome to this month's movie showing that the UTM Spanish Club has put together for you. My name is Dr. Anton Garcia Fernandez, and I am one of the Spanish professors here at the university, so you may know me from having taken classes with me before, or maybe you'll take classes with me in the future. You're going to be watching a movie, a Spanish movie, and I'm going to be giving you a very brief introduction to the film before it is played. It's a film made in 2015, and the original Spanish title is Ocho apellidos catalanes. As you can tell from the title in English, which is The Spanish Affair 2, this is the 2015 sequel to a very popular movie called The Spanish Affair that came out a year before, in 2014. Even though some of the characters are the same and there are references to the original film, you don't really need to have watched it in order to follow and enjoy the second part. The title in English is completely different from the Spanish title, Ocho apellidos catalanes, which means 8 Catalan last names, and refers to the northeastern Spanish region of Catalunya or Catalonia, where the movie is set. The original movie, The Spanish Affair, was already titled Ocho apellidos vascos, that is, 8 Basque last names, in reference to the northern Spanish region of the Basque country, where the first installment in this series of films was set. If you enjoy The Spanish Affair 2, you probably will like The Spanish Affair 1 as well, so I encourage you to seek it out and watch it. The Spanish Affair 2 is a comedy directed by award-winning Spanish director Emilio Martínez-Lázaro, who's been making movies since the 1970s, and it features some of Spain's best-known actors and comedians of today, including Dani Rovira, Berto Romero, Carmen Machi, Clara Lago, Karra Elejalde, and Rosa Maria Sardà, among several others. In fact, there are so many different characters in this movie that it can be considered a choral film, that is, a movie with a large cast of characters and different storylines. Like many comedies, The Spanish Affair plays on stereotypes associated with different regions of Spain, used here for comedic effect. The regions are Andalucía or Andalusia in the south, where Rafa is from, the Basque Country, El País Vasco, or Euskadi, where his ex-girlfriend Amaya and her father, Koldo, are from, and Catalunya, or Catalonia, where Amaya's new fiancé, Pau, and his grandmother, Rosa, are from, and where the film is set. Both the Basque Country and Catalonia are Spanish regions with a deep sense of national identity that, in the view of certain people living there, differentiate them from the rest of Spain. For example, in case you were not aware of this, there are other languages spoken in these areas besides Spanish. Catalan, or Català, and Basque, or Euskera, are languages spoken in those regions, and they are co-official alongside Spanish in those areas of Spain. In this context, Roser, Pau's grandmother, supports Catalonia's separation from Spain, and with the assistance of the entire town where they live, Pau succeeds in making her believe that Catalonia has in fact achieved independence from Spain, and so his wedding to Amaya is supposed to be the first in the history of the new Republic of Catalonia. This, of course, is not true, but it becomes the source of many funny situations and references to current Spanish politics in the film. Another source of comedy, besides this, has to do with the relationships between the characters. In the previous film, The Spanish Affair, Rafa had had a relationship with Amaya, but that relationship is now broken, though he's still interested in her. Rafa travels to Catalonia to stop Amaya's wedding and win back her affection. And in this sense, the wedding planner, Judith, will become very important because she's very much in love with the groom, Pau, and so Rafa and Judith will work together to prevent Amaya and Pau from getting married, which will also create several funny situations. As the sequel to The Spanish Affair, Ocho apellidos catalanes, The Spanish Affair 2, became a very popular movie both at theaters in 2015 and later when it aired on national television in Spain in 2017. Despite its success at the box office, think about this, it made over 35 million euros, according to many sources. It received mixed reviews from critics, which is something that had already happened with the first film in the series. Now, I'm not going to be too much longer, but I want to tell you that as you watch it, please bear in mind that this movie is meant to be a lighthearted comedy that plays on social, geographic, and political stereotypes for comedic effect. Try to pay attention to the different characters and their relationships. What differences do you find among these characters that may stem from having been born and grown up in different areas of Spain? In what ways is this exploited to create funny situations? That is, where they come from, where they grew up. Look also at the customs of the people who live in this small town in Catalonia. In what ways are they different from the customs of characters who don't come from that part of Spain? Finally, think about whether you have seen any American comedies that are built around regional stereotypes. Being born in the North, being from New York, being from the South, that kind of thing. In what ways are these American films similar to The Spanish Affair 2? And in what ways do you think they are different? Think about all these things as you watch this film. But most of all, thank you so much for being here for this movie showing, and also for supporting the UTM Spanish Club with your presence here this afternoon. Now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy The Spanish Affair 2, Ocho apellidos catalanes. Gracias, se despide el profesor Antón García Fernández.